you're wondering what in the world I have in my hands, so it's a battery pack that I just made for the dirt bike because we're going on a trip soon, and we got stuck in those trails at night before, and trust me, it's dark, and you don't want to go down one of those hills or one of those cliffs, so it just sits in there. It's got a quick release and it's in. So I can just charge it real quick, take it out, bring it inside with me, and it's in, it clipped in. I got a little quick release right there. This thing is not going anywhere. And the other thing that I have is a cover. I just got an extra plastic for the front, and I'm probably gonna zip tie it there, but that will protect it from like any rocks and stuff like that that will hit it. But it's pretty bright, so let me turn the lights off. It's pretty bright. That's the low beam, and that's the high beam. Now I can adjust it a little bit. Once I'm riding and the night hits, I can probably bring it down and up a little bit. We'll see. But it works, so we're gonna send it. And why do you need that, you will ask? If you're riding in a dusty trail, white light and high beam, it's bad. You can't see anything. So when it's dusty, it's better to use a yellow light and point it a little bit lower. So that's why I got this setup, this lights right here, because this is perfect for what I need. But also, it's not just about, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a light. And I see a lot of people use the drill batteries and all that. So you can see how many amps per hour this battery is put. This is a 4 ampere hour. There is some that are like 6, 5, but they're really pricey, right? So a setup like this is a lot better because it's a lot more affordable. And I have 2 10 ampere hour batteries that are lithium. It's relatively light, no more than 10 pounds on the whole thing. But the main thing is I cannot be running out of light and trying to get out of the trails at night, right? So this is the main thing. You need to calculate how much power you're gonna use or how much amperage you're gonna use to know how long you're gonna have your light running. So we're gonna do that right now. You gotta understand that each light is gonna be different depending on what you wanna use and how you wanna use it. For example, on these ones, they sell it and they advertise it as 35 watts. Now, it's not an exact number unless you have a voltmeter or something that you can measure the amperage like I did here. But you can kind of calculate what the average pull is gonna be. So it's not gonna be an exact number, but it's gonna give you a relative idea of what you're getting, right? Depending on the battery that you're using. So we're gonna get the numbers for that too. So first of all, we're gonna have to check the amperage, right? I got my meter set on 10 amps, and this is gonna be from the positive of the batteries to the positive that feeds the light. One is gonna be low beam, the other one is gonna be high beam, right? They all pull around the same thing. So the positive for the light is this one, and you're gonna be able to see how much it's pulling. So I got 3.3839. So let's say 3.4. We round it up. Let's see the light, the high beam, 3.39. So these lights pull 3.40 amps. Now we're gonna make our numbers right now. Now we're gonna do some math here. Trust me, it's nothing crazy, so don't worry. So now we have 3.40 amps, which is the light consumption, right? And then I'm running my batteries, 12 volt, 12.8 volt batteries, or 13. We can fix that. 13 volt batteries, and they run 10 amps per hour each. Now, since I run it parallel, I keep my 13 volts out, but I'm doubling the capacity, so now I have 20 amps per hour, right? So to calculate how long these lights will last, we're gonna grab those 20 amps per hour and divide it by the 3.40. Let me pull the calculator because I'm not that good at math. So 20 divided by 3.40 is 5.88 hours. 5.88. 5.88 hours, which it resumes to like 5 hours and let's say 45 minutes, somewhere around that. We're gonna account for the loss of efficiency right here. So 5 hours and 45 minutes of light, which should give me enough to get out of any situation that I get into. Sometimes you're gonna buy, you see a light that you like and you don't know the amps, or you don't have a tester, but they give you the watts that the device uses, right? So let's say it's 35 watts. So we're gonna talk about this right now. So let's say it's 35 watts, and that's what the manufacturer is giving you that it takes. And we're gonna use one of those drill batteries that it's an example 18 volts, and I'm gonna put the amps per hour down here. So let's say it's 5 amps per hour. You have an extra battery that is 18 volts, 5 amps per hour. So if we divide the watts, which is 35, divided by 18 volts, it says that it pulls 1.90, we're gonna round it up, 1.95 amps, right? So now we're gonna grab the amps per hour of the battery and divide it by this number, 1.95 amps per hour. So 5 divided by 1.95. It's 2.56 equal 2.56 hours, which is equivalent to 2.5 hours. So let's say 2 hours and 30 minutes, because you gotta account for the efficiency loss. So that battery will give you 2.5 hours. So now you calculate, is 2.5 hours enough to get me out of the situation where I could be getting into, or I need something else, like right here, over here. So I know I'm gonna be in, and it takes me around 3 hours to get out of that mountain. So I have about 5.5 hours, so I have 2.5 extra hours of light to get out of there, which I think is enough for what I need. So now you can calculate what you need for yours, but this is why it's important. You can just grab a light and put it on, throw a random battery, and 30 minutes later you out of light, you know. Guys, if you like this kind of content, subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next one.